Good day, YouTube. It is the 7th of June, 2023, and this is a yard machine by MTD. Pretty typical kind of entry-level little machine. It's something my dad picked up and wanted to fix up for a friend of his. It's got the 13.5 horse Tecumseh overhead valve, so that dates this a little bit. Also, typically the Tecumsehs came on, more of the entry-level machines, but it's got a metal hood on it. It's kind of bent. We might be able to fix that. It actually runs good. The machine seems like very low hours. And he has the bagger assembly for this thing as well. We just don't have it here at the moment. So he put a new battery in it. The person he purchased it from gave up on it because it has deck issues, and boy does it have deck issues. First off, there's a big piece missing right there. It was probably the result of that. Yep, support has been pulled from the deck, and it is busted and cracked, and it is a mess. So that is the task of the day. We got to get this deck out of here and see if we can fix that. Other than that, this machine is good to go. It's a pretty little thing. It'll make someone a nice machine, and I understand the person that is getting this machine gifted to them really needs a machine to mow about an acre or something, which is just a little small for an acre, but it is what it is. We're gonna make it work for them, so let's get that deck out of there. Up periscope. These MTDs are pretty easy to work on. I just slide my workmate over here, then find out where the pins are. Right there. And we'll pull a few pins out. Well, this should have a pin in it, but it's got a cotter pin in it. So this thing's been out off this machine before. Got a broken spring floating around here. Just push that rod in a little further there. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna cut it. Let me get some side cutters. Right. Side cutters. Where are they? Dang. Where did I pack them off to? Let me try to break it off. There we go. It's pretty rusty. Almost. Almost. Oh, broke. Dang. Alright, let me fight it. Alright, I got this stupid cotter pin out. Don't use those. What's a real pin cost? $0.25? Make the investment. Okay. Take the belt off. Off. Come on. Come on. There we go. Got one pulley here. Let's drag it out. Take the front support off. Just clips in. Piece of cake. We got a cable to deal with. So the spring, we're just noting where the spring is. Nothing else for me. Is right there. Let's get the cable out of this bracket, and it does have a pin. Put it down. Spring. All right, setting you down. I need both hands here. I need them both. Now and forever. Well, that stupid rod's really in the way, isn't it? We're getting pliers on the job now. Well, this thing's just being a pain, I'm telling you. You can't get that cable off any other way, and this rod is in the way with a stupid brake. The spring is broke on this brake. We'll see where that was supposed to go. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to take the cotter pin off this rod and move it. Oh, it was actually a clip, I guess. Now we can move the rod. Now we can get the spring out. Lay it there. And if we can get the belt out of here, or off of here, we're going for off the crank, if it'll come off. You know, the less we have to take apart. Alright, I'm going to try it from the other side. I'm just trying to get the belt off that crankshaft pulley. Okay. Belt's off. Ain't much to this deck. A commercial deck, it's not. Wow, that deck is really a mess. Doggone darn it, anyway. And that one's froze up. Oh, man. Yeah, spindles are froze. Boy, it's a mess. We gotta figure out this one's worth fighting here. So look how broke this is. This is cracked all the way to here, to here, to here. There used to be something here, probably the cover. Then it's cracked all the way to here. Cracked to here. When this pulled out, it probably put this on the ground and that got gone. And then the brake spring over here is broke. It probably went to there. Sure a cute little mower for busted up as this thing is. But let's see if we can get those spindles to turn. I don't know if they're greasable or not. But we'll find out. Oh, geez. Blades are shot. Woo! Dang. This deck has had it. Oh my. Oh my. See if I can pull this deck up. Adjustment. Okay, we got it balancing on that front support. We gotta see if we can get these spindles to move. Dang, it budged. All right, big hammer. Big hammer. Sounds good. Oh, it's just dragging the brake on this side. There's no Zerk fittings. Okay, so that bearing's not so bad. Not so bad. How about this one? Okay. Okay. Get the brake back up there. She's a little growly, but she'd work. All right. So blades are bad and way out of balance. Look at that. I guess they would be out of balance. Big old chunk out of them. So, and we got this. Holy smokes. Wish I had a piece of deck. You could section a piece in there. Other than that, we'll have to get this. Let me get this removed from the other side. Okay, there's the missing piece. Great. Great. Well, I don't have any way to really make this compound curve because it's got to curve this way and this way, so it's gonna have to be done out of flat steel. As long as the blade clears. Yeah. Okay. Okay. See what we're working with there? You see what we're working with? Alright. We'll leave this blade on long enough to build this anyway. Okay. Well, I guess for now we've got to clean up some metal on both sides so we can weld this deck back together and weld this support back in. That's the direction it goes. And then we'll see about rebuilding this somehow, some way. It ain't got to be perfect, and it won't be perfect, but we're headed for usable city. Okay, so I won't bore you with the grinding and the cleaning. let me get to getting, and I'll come back, show you progress. We'll get all these edges ready and such. All right, wish me luck. Oh yeah. All right, I think I got everything cleaned up good enough. I got this clamp together, had quite a gap there. Got it cleaned up all the way over to here. So we're gonna weld all this back together. We'll get everything tacked as first is what we'll do. We'll get all this stuff tacked. We'll come around the other side. I have straightened this out and ground the edges so that it just fits back in this hole. Might need a little fine tuning after we weld. We'll put this back in that hole and tack it in place. And once we like everything we see, we'll fully weld it. And then we'll come back and we'll brace it a little more. Okay, I'm always a fan of putting these back in the hole if I have all the parts, and then come back and add some additional strength to it. So we'll do that. All right, let's get the welder set up. Alrighty. All right, let's get this bad boy tacked back on. Okay. That's a tack. Now we can weld it. I got a gap there. I'll get this all welded and then I'll see if I can bend that back. I just straightened that piece out too much on here, so or I'll just fill it. It might be better. Alright, here we go. Alright, we got this side welded up. It isn't gonna look pretty. You kind of got to hit and miss a little bit because it's so thin, but I did just weld that up. Super strong. It'll be fine. Now we'll do the top side. I got it all cleaned up again, just hit the brush on it again. So it's just tacked. We'll weld along that existing weld. Yep. And then we'll come back and see what kind of added support we can give that. Maybe throw a strap on this side. Okay, here we go. You can watch this. Watch your eyes. out of my ground. Hot. Yep. Yep. All right. Now I'll get those cracks redone from both sides. All right, I came back and laid a big old bead on that top. I finished stitching the rest of that stuff together. Gave it all the heat it could take. So we still got this crack here. We'll deal with that when we rebuild this, which is coming up. And then whatever I do for a brace here, we can do that at the same time. So we'll figure out whatever this looks like. I don't even know what it was supposed to look like. So yeah, wish I had the piece, but I don't. Okay, it's gonna take some engineering and some serious fabric cobbleness. Here we go. Okay, so now we get to rebuild whatever this used to look like. We're leaving the blade on here so we leave some clearance. So I found a piece of 2" by 1/8", and I started working an arc in it. And I think I'll take you through the process. We got a long ways to go with this thing, but we got a good start. So I think we'll fit this piece of 2" in. We'll probably have to come down, might notch this a little bit, come down off of this chute, and then we'll come back and figure out how to cover this. It's all wookity wookity, if that's a word. All right, let's take you into my crowded tool room here and we'll start working this thing. So I've got this Harbor Freight tool. Let me see if I can show you. Is it upside down? Probably. You could figure it out. That's what we're using. It's designed for like round bar and 1" wide flat bar. So this is a little bit wide for it. Thickness wise, it's okay. I also have this bender thing, but that's a pain to use. So we're going to use this, or we're going to continue to use it. I've already started, and it's going to be fine. So back in we go. Back in we go. Make adjustments, keep it rolling. Let's go see what that looks like. Got a nice bend in it. Okay. Whoa. We're lots closer than I thought we were. The clearance looks pretty good. Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad we stopped when we did. I got to get something off of this deck to support this end. Start to get an idea. We'll straighten this out. Yeah, I think we've got enough bend in that thing. It looks pretty good. Can you tell that from your perspective? All right, it's gonna actually look like a deck when we're done. I'm gonna get a crescent wrench and try to start bending these down and close that gap a little bit so we can fill it with something. And this is a little high right there. Yep, still a little high. That's better. That's better. Just go a little at a time. No sense going too crazy. Getting a little deeper pull on it. Yeah, I've got a full inch gap between the blade and this upper piece of this deck. Okay. Okay. Liking where we're heading. Something like that. Okay. I'm going to see maybe about a... What do I need down here? I need a little piece of angle or something there. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, here's what we got. Here's what we're going to do anyway. Let me pull you off. I'm going to weld this little brace here. We'll take it over and cut that like that. We're going to weld this up here. I think I got it kind of parallel, but I mean, it ain't that big a deal. And then we're just going to come back in and patch this with something. I don't know if I have any like 3/4 inch or something, but we'll find something. We're just gonna kind of tag it in there. It ain't gonna be pretty, but it's gonna get the job done, I guess. So let's cut this. The evolution saw. I love this thing. Alright, let's put this one back. Put it back, put it back, put it back. Back. Okay, now that'll weld. Got that all cleaned up, that'll weld. Let's tack this in place, shall we? Then we'll move on to that last piece of the puzzle. I'm not too worried about putting a lip out here. I think that'll be fine. We got those cracks to weld too. So much to do, so little time. Going on the other side. A little more than a tack. Yeah. We'll do the underside too, but now we can figure out the gap. What do you guys think? Bondo. No. No. Not gonna Bondo it. Although I've seen it. Alright. I've seen it. Let me study this for a while. Alright, so I traced out a piece of paper there. That's this one, I guess. Something like that. For this guy. And then I traced out one that's going to be this guy. It'll go all the way. This little end came off. Anyway, let's cut those out. See how we do. All right, I marked it out on this piece of, it's like 10 gauge. Got a bunch of this scrap. So see how good a job I can do to cut those out. I'm not very good at this, I'm telling you. But practice makes perfect. And there's my little 3-in-1 plasma cutter, if I can remember how to turn it on. Turn it on. cut. Set to cut. Alright. Again, I'm not very good at this. I can't draw a straight line, let alone cut one. I do a little practice session on this other corner though. It's been a minute. I guess it'll be okay. Oh boy. Alright, see if I can beat my pieces apart. Alright, I busted them out of there. These are old concrete forms, so there's a bunch of concrete on the back side, which made them difficult to cut. Because of the concrete, it didn't blow through too good. Anyway, I'll clean these up and try to get them fit. Alright, I got my pieces fabricable back on there. Not a very good plasma cutter. And this metal with all the concrete on it didn't cut too good anyway. But anyway, is what it is. If you're scared of, you know, like filler welds, you might go watch Mortsky for a little while or something, because they're better than me. But anyway, I'm going to get this welded up, and we're going to put this one in the done column. Alright, wish me luck. Here we go. Moving in front of the camera. We still got to figure out a brace for this too, or not. I've welded the snot out of it. It's way better than it ever was. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna weld this little gap under here. Good enough. Good enough. This is a canyon here. You wanna watch this? Watch me goof it up. I gotta weld across the Grand Canyon. Just take your time. Hey, hey, hey. We're gonna get there, but it's gonna take a minute. Alright, I'm gonna finish this up. I'll bring you back. Well, gang, we're gonna put this one in the DUN pile. Done, done, done. What do you think? I mean, it was a missing. I'm pretty happy with it. Look at that big old pad weld I laid down on over that thing. About 3 welds deep. It's going nowhere. Then we threw that brace in on top. That's going to take all that twist out of it, or welded right there at the bend in the middle. It's a really strong piece of that. I mean, for what it's worth, it's pretty thin. But anyway, we got it. It is back together. We're just going to wait for some blades and we'll put this thing back together. So we caught these little cracks and stuff. I think we're good to go. We did these little cracks and stuff, did it both sides. We did this little brace, kind of both sides, so yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright guys, that's gonna do it. We used half the tools in the shop today, which is kind of fun. Little metal work, kind of enjoy it once in a while. Alright guys, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Remember, I'm checking comments every morning, so if you want to comment on this or any video, or just tell me what you're working on, I'll see you in the morning. Thumbs up on the way out. We'll catch you on the next video.